How you doing? It's Pat from Pat's Rides here. Today we're going to talk about the Touratech locking mount for my Garmin Zumo 396 LMT-S. This is a great addition for when you want to travel. It makes it almost impossible to steal the GPS off your bike if you do it right. I've got one of these for my old Zumo 665. I'll show you that in a minute. Right after this, we'll talk about it. Okay, I've already done an unboxing here, so we don't get the official unboxing, but let's just open it up anyway. Inside is my mounting bracket. I have the locking mechanism itself, which we'll go through the installation of that later. And here is one of the clamps. Actually, it's the only clamp they send it with. Real quickly here, this is my 396. We have the key that locks and unlocks everything. It won't fit in here right because I don't have everything done right, but basically it just goes in and clamps in like this. Once I get everything done, you'll see exactly how it clamps. And I usually make a custom mount when I do this because the RAM mount makes it still very easy to steal even though you have this locking mount. So what I do here is I'm a master of overkill. This is a 1-inch piece of bar stock. I'm going to put a cut in here along with the 2 holes for a U-bolt. I'll have it radius like this so it will match my handlebar. Then this flat piece I am going to drill and tap. So this will be on here as such. Then my Zumo mount and all that will go inside of here. Then this will eventually mount up to that. And once I get that done, I'll start to show you that. This video is going to take me a few different days to get it done just because of all the work I still have to do. But let me take you down to the basement where mine and my wife's bike is stored right now, and I can show you what I did on my 665, which is very similar to this. Okay, let's go downstairs. As you can see, I've got my 396 mounted on my bike here. I've got the U-bolt that holds everything, and I've got the RAM mount that it came with. Now, what makes this so easy to steal the way it is, if you just want to walk into the gas station, pardon me for trying to do this with one hand, you pop it off, and you're gone. It's that easy. Now let's go look at my wife's bike with my old GPS on it. Okay, this is my Garmin Zumo 665 with the Touratech locking mount on it. As you can see here, this is locked. You can't take this off. You're going to have tools, wire cutters, or break things beyond repair to get that off. Which, if you're just running to the gas station for a bathroom break, grab a candy bar, water, what have you, this is plenty secure. I wouldn't recommend leaving it on the bike overnight in an unsecured parking lot or anything. Let's take a look at the back. Okay, here's the back of it. This one mounts a little different. I made this into a T because I have these mounting brackets here, and I used a little piece of bar stock that I had, which is smaller. As you can see, I've got nylock nuts here that are keeping it secure. So to steal this, you're going to have tools and a wire cutter, set of wire cutters, which is going to make it a lot harder, which will deter most thieves. And the cool thing about this, if you're not aware, with the Zumo 665, the mounting tabs were very inadequate, for lack of a better word. And this setup also keeps you from having the GPS fall off just by hitting a bump. Now to open this up, this is going to be hard because I've only got one hand available. There's a tab back here that you have to push down when you turn the key. And I can't do it with one hand. I'll be right back. Okay, that was much easier with 2 hands. Anyway, as you can see, the Zumo's in here. It's relatively secure. It actually got tighter because of this mount, but again, there's a tab up here. You just push it in, and it would come right off if I didn't have the locking mount, which makes it very easy to steal. With the 665, you have just this little tiny tab down here, and this little tiny tab, I don't know if you can see it, probably not due to the lighting, but it's not the most secure mounts. But when you lock that down, it's not going anywhere. Now let's go back to the other bike. Here we are back on my Victory that I'm going to be putting this on. You can see your ram mount like we discussed earlier. I'm going to reuse this U-bolt here just because it's so much easier. So then this will be just like the wife's bike is, which that was my GPS for years. And then I'll reuse part of this cradle assembly here with the wire on it. That will go in to the mount that the Zumo came with, and you'll see that once I get it done. Okay, I'll come back when I get some more work done and show you the install process. This is the mounting bracket that comes with the GPS. We have to reuse all of this, including the electrical connection here. We'll have to take this off. I can remove the ram mount at that point, put on my custom mount. Then this will bolt to it the way I showed you earlier in the video. Here I have the mount partially assembled. Bolts are just finger tight at the best. It's in there really secure. Matter of fact, it was actually hard to get it in this mount, but it is brand new, so maybe it will loosen up over the time. Right now, before I go any further, let me say, shame on you, Touratech. The key and the lock is always facing up where all the weather comes from. Terrible idea. Should have put it on the bottom, or at least on the side like you did the other one. This just, it's terrible. I'm sorry. Anyway, as far as the lock, you have this tab right here. I hope I can get that seen on the video, but that's how you unlock it. Unlock this, it opens, and here's the hard part, getting it in and out without breaking anything. You know what helps to unlock this? You gotta remember to push the unlock tab. Push the unlock tab, it comes right out. This is the original cradle minus the wire right now. It's still attached to the bike. As you can see, I just got it in there finger tight at best right now. I will go ahead and finish tightening these bolts here in just a little bit. But I don't know if you can see it, but right here, this hole right here is where the wire's got to get fed back up through the back. And I'll have to re-bolt it to this before I can put this piece back on. And then this piece will mount to that one piece of 1-inch bar stock you saw. And then this has these 3 holes here. It will basically mount up like that. And that's going to be the mount. I don't think it's as good as what the 665 mount is, but at least I can walk into a gas station or a store real quick and not have to completely unmount my GPS, lock it up, go through that whole rigmarole every single time I want to get off the bike for a few minutes. Okay, I'll be back once I finish making my mount and literally have everything connected to the bike and in place. That'll be a few days from now. See you later. Okay, here we are about a week or so later. I've got the bracket done and I just finished mounting it on the bike. As you can see, it's nothing fancy right now. Yeah, pardon the angle, the bike's leaning on its center, or side stand I mean to say. Had to buy a longer U-bolt here because the black one that came with the GoPro just wasn't long enough because I majorly over-engineered this thing. I hope this turns out, but here it is from the back side. You can see I've just got a couple of nuts on it right now, but I'm going to end up replacing those with nylock nuts. For right now, they're just the standard nut that the U-bolt came with. I'm not happy with that. I'd rather have something a little bit more secure. The next part is going to be bolting this piece on. And since I'm a one-man show here, no, I'm not going to show me bolting it on. I'm sure you can figure out how to put a couple bolts and nuts together. I'll come back when that's bolted on, and then we'll bolt up the actual mount itself. Okay, here we are all put together. Other than I'll do some tidying up with the wiring and things like that. See if I can do this one-handed or not. I don't know. Evidently I can't do this one-handed, so let me put the camera down and I'll be right back. Okay, here we are all mounted up. Lock it in. Turn the key. And boy is it stiff. There it goes. It'll wear in a little bit, but we're locked in now. It's not going to go anywhere. So there you have it. I will do a review later this summer on the Touratech locking mount for the Garmin 396 LMT-S to see how I like it after a few months. I love the other one for my Zumo 665, so let's hope this one's just as good. We'll find out how this being exposed to the rain and all the nice wonderful weather is going to last. Alright, thanks for watching. If you like my video, please hit the like button and the subscribe button. See ya. Bye.